Shri Ganapati Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 4 of Uttara Kanda, in which we will going to listen about origin of Rakshasas and of the boons they received. Till now, Agasthya was telling the story of how Lanka, a city abandoned by the Rakshasas, was later occupied by Vaishravana on the words of his father Vishravas. This discourse of Agasthya filled Rama with astonishment. How was it that the Rakshasas formerly dwelt in Lanka? Which was the question that Rama put to the ascetic, shaking his head and casting wondering glances upon him from time to time. He said, O blessed one, the words formerly Lanka belonged to the eaters of flesh from your lips causes me extreme surprise. We have been told that the Rakshasas were the offspring of Paulastya, and now you affirmed that they owe their origin to a different source. Were Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Prahasta, Vikata, and Ravani stronger than they? Who, O Brahmin, was their first king, king of those Rakshasas? What was the name of that one of that terrific strength? For what fault were they driven out from Lanka by Vishnu? Tell me all in detail, O irreproachable sage, and as the sun chases away the shade, so dispel my curiosity. Hearing Raghava's fair and eloquent words, Agastya, amazed, and answered, Formerly, Prajapati created the waters, choosing that element as his source, and thereafter, in order to protect it, that one, lotus born one generated all creatures. Then those beings, tormented by hunger and thirst, humbly presented themselves before their author and inquired, saying, What shall we do? Whereupon Prajapati, smiling, gave this answer to them all: Protect the waters carefully, O sons of Manu. Then some said, Rakshami, we will go in to protect. Rakshami, we will protect. Whereas others said, Yakshami, we will sacrifice. Yakshami mean we will sacrifice. Thus addressed by those afflicted by hunger and thirst, the Creator said, Those among you who have said Rakshami shall be Rakshasas, and those among you who have said Yakshami shall be Yakshas. On this, two brothers sprang up named Heti and Praheti, the equals of Madhu and Kaitabha, who were Rakshasas, oppressors of their enemies. And the righteous Praheti withdrew to the solitudes to practice asceticism, but Heti did all in his power to find a wife and immeasurably intelligent and of great wisdom. He espoused the sister of Kala, a young girl named Bhavya, who was exceedingly terrifying, and that foremost of those possessing sons begot a son by the name Vidyutkesha. The son of Heti, that is Vidyutkesha, was possessed of the splendor of the sun and grew like a lotus in a lake, and that ranger of the night Having reached the bloom of youth, his father resolved that he should wed. In the interests of his son, he sought out the daughter of Sandhya, who was his equal in beauty, and Sandhya, reflecting a daughter must inevitably be given to some stranger, gave her to Vidyutkesha in marriage, O Raghava. Vidyutkesha, that ranger of the night, having received the daughter of Sandhya, began to divert himself with her as Maghavan with the daughter, Maghavan, that is Indra, with the daughter of Paulomi. After a time, O Rama, Salatanta, Salatantaka was filled with child as a cloud is charged with water from the ocean. Repairing to the Mandara mountain, the Rakshasi brought forth a child who was as beautiful as a cloud, even as Ganga had been delivered of an infant by the god of fire. Having given birth to that child, she again desired to disport herself with Vidyutkesha, and forsaking her son, she rejoined her consort. Then the infant, who had just been born and was as radiant as the autumnal sun, whose voice resembled the rumbling of a cloud, placing his fist in his mouth, cried for a long time. And Shiva, who was following the path of the wind, mounted on his bull and accompanied by Parvati, heard the sound of weeping, and with Uma beheld the son of Rakshasi who was crying, allowing himself to be moved by compassion with his consort. Bhava, the destroyer of Tripura, made him equal to his mother in age and bestowed immortality upon him. Thereafter, the unchanging and imperishable Mahadeva bestowed an aerial car upon him that traversed space in order to gratify Parvati, and she, on her side, also conferred a boon on the child, saying, the Rakshasas shall conceive instantly and give birth as they conceive. Their children shall at once attain the age of their mothers, so that there is no question of bringing them up. Thereafter, the highly intelligent Sukesha, proud of the favors he had received, having obtained this great fortune from the Lord Hara, began to range everywhere, displaying himself in his aerial car and resembling Purandara when he obtained heaven. Thus come to the end, chapter 4 of Uttara Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharade Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Bye.